Welcome back to Big Friday Kickoff. I'm Emily Cochran here with meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. We are live from Grove Hill previewing a huge matchup between Clarke County and Leroy. Nick, we've got some very special guests joining the set right now.
Yeah, if y'all been joining us since 4, we have talked about these two guys for quite a while and telling their story, but now we have them here to tell you their story themselves.
Yeah, Clarke County head coach Jason Massey, Leroy head coach Lowe. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I know you're getting rained on a little bit, so we appreciate it. So thanks for being here. So we've talked a little bit about y'all's friendship and how special this relationship is. Y'all are best friends. You used to coach on the same sideline. Now you're coaching on opposite sidelines. But take us back to the very beginning. How did this relationship start?
It started, I believe, when Coach Powell actually was at Jackson at the time, and we had a spot open up about mid-year at Leroy and a history opening, and he said, hey, I got a guy that is looking for a job and would like for you to meet. And so he gave me Coach Lowe's number, and kind of the rest is history. I called him, we met, and things worked out, and he came, and like I said, we worked together for I believe about 8 or 9 years, so it was great. He did a good job, and above everything else, he was a great role model.
Yeah, and so during that time, of course, you were defensive coordinator, right, for Coach Massey, and at some point, you being in the National Guard, you got deployed.
I did. Yeah.
And that being a big story, of course. First of all, what was that like for you? And then I want to ask, what was that like? Because you took over after that.
Yeah, talk about being on.
Yeah, it was tough, which I knew there was that possibility. We kind of got that, and then I finally found out, I guess, Labor Day weekend for sure that was happening. First thing I did was call Coach Lowe and tell him, and we talked about how things needed to be done, and I knew his goal was to be a head coach, and he stepped in and took everything, and marched our guys right on, and our kids responded well and played well all the way through state championship, won a state championship, and went back to back. So that was really exciting.
And a huge congratulations to you for it. But what was that transition like taking over?
Nerve-wracking at first. Go from calling defense and just doing whatever I could to make his life easier as an assistant coach, and him being the head coach, just trying to be the best assistant I could be. Then he gets deployed, and you go from calling defense to have to take over to calling offense. So that was a little bit different there, and had a guy on staff we had to train up to call defense. But hats off to our kids and assistant coaches, because it wasn't just me, it was the culture he'd established here since he'd been here, and it was just like we never missed a beat. And no credit to me and all. It's all about our kids and what he had done before he got deployed.
Coach Lowe, we've talked about this before. You said you've always wanted to do things the Massey way. So what exactly is the Massey way?
Just doing all the little things the right way. And our kids know that. I know that. Everybody around our program knows that. You're expected to be where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing, and our kids know that. And our kids know that, hey, we're going to do these little things right, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And the way we stretch has to be a certain way. The way we take the field's a certain way. It's those little things turn into success down the road. So that's probably one of the biggest takeaways I ever took from him, is that.
Have you guys been trash talking at all this week? Well, I know that y'all communicate all the time. I'm sure y'all talk every day. What's this week been like for you guys?
Really not a whole lot of different. We still communicate probably a couple times, during the week. And our families are close, so there's been maybe a little bit of kind of stabs, here or there, but it's good. Like I said, for about 2.5 hours, we're going to be, going against each other, but afterwards, I count him as a true friend.
That's what was funny. I didn't know they started junior high ball this week, and I tried calling him Tuesday to ask him a question. He didn't answer the phone. He called me back later. I said, I really thought you weren't going to talk to me this week. He found out they started junior high, but that's just business as always.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us here on the set. We're so inspired by y'all's relationship, and good luck tonight. I know it's going to be very different than what it's been in the past, so good luck tonight.